Oh, do you be? Me and us from B. And my boy unit power. Into the option. Just end it. Look what's up there. Chị ơi, giúp you được gặp em ha. You're not to be here again. Any good time. Đừng đi vẹo nhé. Chỉ vẹo ta. Vẹo it was time. Morgan, what does you mean with my knee? You ready to me? Oh, get power. That's it, Dora. Busy points, Nita. I'm as one is big. Give puppy. Citrus Necrosita. Ini sekolah Bukit Hadir. Triple A.